In this lesson, we'll be finishing off the remaining part of the head. Now that we have 2 spikes done, the remaining ones should be much easier to model. Go into side view, and create a polycylinder, rotate an X by 90. Click polycylinder 1, and set the subdivision axis to 8. Translate the cylinder, so it lines up to the reference. Take the other head geometry, and move it to one side. Scale the cylinder so the proportions match the reference. Delete the end caps of the cylinder. Adjust the verts further, lining them up with the reference. Select the end group of verts, and scale them down. Proceed to merge the verts, so you are left with a point. Translate the vert, so it matches the reference. Select the face of the cylinder, and use the Cut Faces tool. This will allow us to add an edge. Add the edge, near the tip of the spike. Switch to perspective view, and make a few adjustments. We have a few triangles. Let's spend some time making a few adjustments, so we have quads. Select the 4 diagonal edges and delete them. Now we have a fully quadded model. Select the top and bottom verts, and translate them back, rounding out the form. Take the bottom vert, and translate it down to neaten things up. Now we have the basic form. Let's add some edges. Insert 2 edges, making sure everything is evenly spaced. Go ahead and translate the verts, so they match the reference. Rotate and scale the edges, so they line up with the reference. Do the same with the front and end verts. Continue to space things out. Switch to top view, and scale things out, so they match the reference. Adjust the pivot point and snap it to the base. Go ahead and translate it in X. Rotate it in Y, so everything lines up. Bring back the other head geometry, zero out the translate, to snap it back to place. Select the spike, freeze transformations, and delete history. This keeps the scene clean. Inside view, adjust it, so it matches the reference. Now we have the spike done, let's duplicate it. Translate and rotate it. Switch to top view, and see how things are lining up. Translate the geometry in X, so it matches the reference better. Select the top spike, and the head, and combine them. Now reset the merge tool, follow up by selecting the verts and merging them. Delete the history. With the spikes done, bridge the empty spaces, select the 3 edges and extrude them. Snap the verts to the neighboring ones, everything should line up. Select the edges on the bottom spike, and extrude them out. Spend some time tweaking the verts. Select the verts, and merge them. Go ahead and combine the other spike with the head. Because we spent the time to tweak the verts, everything should line up. Take the Append to Polygon tool, and bridge the gaps. Take the edge at the base of the head, and extrude it, snap verts to the corresponding ones. Select the verts and merge them. Everything is lining up. Use the Append to Polygon tool, and fill the gaps. Delete the face, and fill the gaps. Inspect the mesh, and see how things are looking. Select the verts at the base of the head and snap them to the corresponding ones. Select the edges, and extrude them, snapping the verts. Proceed to do the same with the neighboring edge. We have to make a few adjustments. Select the face, and delete it. Extrude the edge, and snap the verts. This should leave us with a quad that will need to be filled. Go ahead and bridge the gaps. Make your way to the bottom edges, and extrude them, again snapping the verts. Let's soften the normals. Select the spike, and combine it to the head. With the sculpt geometry selected, smooth out the geometry. Make sure to focus on the edges that connect the spikes to the head. Increase the value by 2, and make your way around. Inspect the mesh, making sure everything is as it should be. Some adjustments need to be made. Select the verts, and translate them, straightening them out. Make your way around, and tweak the verts where necessary. Let's move on to the open space, select the vert, and translate it. Extrude the edge, and snap the verts. You should be left with a diamond shape. Bridge the remaining gaps with the BackHeadPt2 tool. Insert 2 edge splits, and proceed to snap the verts. A few adjustments need to be made. Delete the diamond shape and the 3 faces next to it. Let's spend time adjusting and neatening the verts. Make your way around, using the Translate and Scale tool, straightening out the edge flow. Proceed to do the same with the underside of the mesh. Translate the vert, so everything is straight. Select the edge loop, and translate them, making sure topology is evenly spaced. Spend time tweaking verts, rounding out the form. Let's get back to filling the open space. Select the edge, and extrude it, snapping the verts. We're left with two edges that have stopped short. Take each vert, and snap it to the neighboring vert. This gives us two triangles. Let's fix this. Select the split polygon tool, and cut an edge from one try to the next. With the two verts selected, use the scale tool to bring them in. This leaves us with a quad. Now select the verts and merge them. Let's spend some time straightening the verts out. Work at getting evenly spaced topology. Now we have everything connected and looking neat. Let's work on the eye cavity. Select the inner edges of the eye, and extrude them inwards. Translate the edges, moving them into place. Adjust the verts accordingly. Select the edges of the mouth, and extrude them. They should line up with the eye geometry. Snap the vert and merge them. Tweak the verts, lining things up to the reference. Turn on Smooth Preview, and see how things are looking. We need to tweak a little more. Translate the verts down, matching them up to the reference. Switching to perspective view, we can see that the spacing is a little off. Let's fix this. Translate the edges and verts, making sure things are as even as possible. Let's turn on Smooth Preview, and see how things are now. Bring back the nose. Duplicate the head, to see everything as a whole. Let's inspect the mesh and the other views. It looks like we need to adjust the top of the head. Turn off Smooth Preview, and translate the verts to the side, matching them up to the reference. Make your way around, making tweaks where appropriate. Turning on Smooth Preview allows you to see any pinching and awkwardness to the mesh. The verts around the eye look like they need a few tweaks. Go ahead and fix them. Everything is shaping up brilliantly. I'll see you in the next video.